A very good evening to all of you. I'm Gaurav Gupta and I welcome all of you to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. And today in this session, we'll be decoding the quant section of MH CET MBA examination of this year 2022. All right. Now, my dear friends, before I start with this session, I just quickly have a look at if I am audible and visible to all of you. So, people who are there in this session, good evening to all of you. And can you please confirm if I'm audible as well as visible to all of you? Come on, just give me a yes, give me a go ahead, give me a thumbs up. Hello, Ashish. Yes, I can see your message. So can you all please confirm if I am audible and visible to all of you? Yes, come on, go ahead. So yes, I've got a confirmation. All right. So I am audible and visible to all of you, and welcome, my dear friends, to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. And I am Gaurav Gupta, and once again I'm in front of you with a new series of sessions. So here today we'll be specifically talking about the quant section of MH CET MBA 2022. All right. So we'll be keeping our focus to this section only as far as MH CET MBA examination is concerned. Now, friends, let me first of all quickly clarify the agenda of this session. So, what all things we are going to discuss today? So, towards the beginning of the session, like for the first 3 or 4 minutes, I'll be spending some time and will briefly discuss the pattern of this examination. All right. Now, all of us would probably already know the pattern of this examination, but definitely I'll make you aware about the pattern of this examination. And then we'll be talking about basically what will be the composition of the quant section, what are the different areas, what are the different topics which will come in quant, which we have already seen in the previous year papers. And then also I'll discuss about the type, the manner in which the questions are asked. And then after that, we'll be solving a few questions based on the topics and the type of question that we have just discussed. So all these things will be there in this session. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Gaurav. Good evening, Maheshwari Bharti. Good evening, Ashish. All right. So, friends, let's start this session quickly and let us first of all talk about some of the highlights of MBA examination, which is conducted by MH CET. All right. So, the duration of this examination is 150 minutes. The types of questions are definitely MCQs. Number of options per question is 5, and the number of colleges that participate here is 300 plus. Now, one beautiful thing about this examination is there is no negative marking. So the number of questions, which is 200, so 200 questions we'll have to finish in 150 minutes. And these 200 questions, is I'll show you how they are basically divided across the 4 sections. So let's go ahead and look at that. So this is the pattern of the examination which is there in front of you. So we'll start with logical reasoning section. So logical reasoning section will have 75 questions in total, and the areas different areas comes in logical reasoning, starting from number and letter series, coding, decoding, direction senses, blood relations, can be linear and circular arrangements, sequential input output, and verbal reasoning. In abstract reasoning, you will see questions which will have different figures, different pictures, and you'll have to complete the series. You'll have to find the missing term. You will have to find the wrong picture among the series. All right. Now, the third section will be of verbal ability and reading comprehension, where grammar, vocabulary, sentence completion, synonyms, antonyms, and reading comprehension basically will be tested. The fourth section, which we'll be focusing in today's session, will be quantitative aptitude. So you can say that, as usual, the different areas ranging from arithmetic, algebra, geometry, number system, modern maths, data interpretation. So these are the different areas that are tested in quantitative aptitude. Now, the number of questions are already written in front of you, and we'll be talking specifically about these 50 questions that will carry a weightage of 50 marks. That is 1/4 the weightage of this entire paper. So today we'll be putting more focus on that. So like I mentioned earlier in this session, so first of all, we'll be talking about different areas and the different type of question that comes in this examination. And then after that, I'll be discussing a few questions that will definitely help you in starting up with your preparation. You will actually understand the level of difficulty as well of for this examination. All right. Now, before we go ahead and elaborate the quant section, let us look at the analysis of MHCT 2020 examination. Okay, so a brief analysis. So talking about logical reasoning sections, yes, there were 75 questions. The level of difficulty was medium to difficult. So that is why the number of attempts was a little on lower side. So good attempts will be somewhere around 43 to 45. Abstract reasoning, generally the section is not a difficult section. This has 25 questions. The level of difficulty was easy to medium. So good attempts will be 20 out of these 25 questions. Now, verbal ability and reading comprehension section, out of 50 questions, I can say that students could have easily finished 35 to 37 questions because the level of difficulty was easy in this particular year. Now, talking about quant section, again, the level of difficulty more often has always been in the range of easy to medium. We have rarely seen very difficult questions coming in MHCT examination in this particular section. All right. So out of these 50 questions in year 2020, I can say that people were easily able to attempt 37 to 38 question, and that is somewhere around good number of attempts. So overall, out of 200 questions, if you have attempted around 135 to 140 question, yes, that will be counted as good attempts with an accuracy of somewhere around 85 to 90%. All right. Okay, now moving ahead, let's talk about the different areas that needs to be covered. Okay, now arithmetic and data interpretation has always been the majority, like the questions have been coming from these two areas only. So you will see that majority of the questions will come from arithmetic and data interpretation. There were years when we have seen around 20-22 questions from data interpretation. Yes, so 20 to 22 questions, like you can expect these many questions from data interpretation. And generally the question comes in the set of 4 questions, and you will generally see 4 to 5 sets of data interpretation coming in QA section of MHCT. Now Gaurav, you're asking about JB cutoff. So right now, please don't care about this JB cutoff. It's too early to talk about the cutoffs of JB, and definitely before the exam is conducted, we cannot tell anything about the cutoffs of different colleges because it totally depends upon the level of difficulty of the paper. But if you are talking about the safe score in order to get a call from JB then I would say that it will range somewhere around 135 to 140 marks. Okay, so if you are successfully able to fetch score 135 marks, then the chances of getting call from JBIMS Mumbai will increase. All right, Gaurav. Okay, so I was telling you that these two areas, arithmetic and data interpretation, these has always been the favorite in QA section of MHCT examination. So we have seen around 20 to 22 questions coming from data interpretation and around 10 to 12 questions from arithmetic. All right, so if I'll add up these two, so more than 30 questions can be expected only from arithmetic and data interpretation. All right, this is just based on the trends that I have seen in the previous years. Okay, anything may happen this year, but I'm talking about the trends that we have observed in the previous year papers. All right, then you can expect around 4 to 5 questions from number series. Now generally you will find questions which will ask you to complete the series, find the wrong term in the series. All right, so these are the different type of questions that you will see. From algebra you may expect 6 to 7 questions. All right. From modern maths, you may expect around 2 to 3 questions. Geometry and mensuration has never been one of the favorite topics of MHCT. So you may expect 1 or 2 questions from geometry as well as from number system, like 2 to 3 questions. All right. So this is the entire composition of MHCT examination based on the trends, not only of the last year, but I'm talking about the trend that has been followed since last 4 to 5 years. So yes, before this session, I have studied the previous year papers, though you will not find the exact previous year papers, but definitely you will find the analysis for MHCT examination. And yes, the trends of last 4 to 5 years says that the composition of MHCT examination has been more or less what I have just told you. All right. Okay. Yash, you're asking, sir, are we going to solve questions in this session? Yes, Yash, just wait for a few minutes, 2 or 3 more minutes. And yes, definitely we'll be solving around 9 to 10 questions in this session. Dheeraj, sir, can DI be learned easily in 2 or 3 days through BYJU'S videos? Dheeraj, DI is less of learning and more of practice. Please understand this thing. Okay. Yes, you can learn DI in 2 or 3 days, but you will never be able to do good in case you will not practice. So one of the key factors to be successful in the questions of data interpretation is practice. Okay, so learn the different techniques. So there are no different techniques in data interpretation. Data interpretation is solely based on percentages. Okay, so the percentages chapter that you have done in quantitative aptitude. Okay, so it is all about the calculations involving percentages, ratios, multiplications, and divisions. Nothing more than that. All right. So Dheeraj, just learn all these techniques in 2 or 3 days, but keep practicing data interpretation. I would say that almost on daily basis or probably on alternate days, and just practice 5 to 6 sets on daily basis, and that will help you scoring. Like if you will get 20 questions in DI in this paper, then you will be able to definitely solve 16 questions out of that. If starting from today, you will practice data interpretation on alternate days for 2 to 3 hours. All right. Okay. Akash, yes, asking, sir, does profile matter in it? Akash, as far as MHCT examination is concerned, it has nothing to do with profile, but definitely at the time of admissions, your profile will definitely matter. मयूरी सब previous year के questions आने के कितने chances हैं? मयूरी, you will never get exact questions from previous years, but the questions keep coming on the same trends, the same logics. All right. Okay. So that is all about questions up till now. So these are the different areas that you need to cover as far as QA section of MHCT examination is concerned. Okay. Now let's move on to the way the questions are asked in this particular section. Okay, so definitely there are plenty of questions from data interpretation. Definitely the questions from data sufficiency are also asked. Now data sufficiency is not a topic, it's a way of asking you a question. So the question on data sufficiency can be made on any topic of logical reasoning as well. But since these questions comes in quant section, so you may expect questions from data sufficiency from any of the topics in the area of quant. So question of data sufficiency can be made on ratios, it can be made on time, speed, distance, it can be made on geometry, modern maths, permutation, combination, number systems. It can come from any of these topics, but the way the question is asked is a little different. So you must practice this particular type of question called data sufficiency. All right. Next is number series. Definitely, we have already discussed about that. So you will get questions around 3 to 4 questions from number series, and these questions will be on series completion, finding the missing term, or finding the wrong term in the series. All right. The next type of questions will be based on approximation. So these are basically calculation based questions. So there will be some expression that will be given to you, and you'll have to find out the value of that expression, or any term will be missing in a particular expression. This is not number series, but this is calculation based. Any term will be missing in a particular expression, and you will have to find the value of x, right? Last thing is quantitative comparisons. So you will be given two different variables, and based on these variables, there will be some data or some equations that will be given, and you will have to find out the values of these variables and compare the values as to which one is lesser, which one is greater. All right. Okay. So these are different ways in which the questions may be asked in QA section of MHCT examination. Now, Dheeraj, you're asking the difference of number series in quant and in LR. Now, Dheeraj, more or less the logics will be absolutely similar. Okay. In reasoning, we can get questions on letter series as well, but here the questions will be restricted only to number series. All right. ओके ना शुभम यू आर आस्किंग सर पैटर्न ये साल भी चेंज हो सकता है क्या? डेफिनेटली शुभम, हो सकता है, होने को तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, बट विल वेट एंड लेट द फॉर्मल नोटिफिकेशन कम अबाउट द पैटर्न ऑफ दिस एग्जामिनेशन. But the surprises that we have seen in the last year, I am not expecting those things to repeat this year, because we have seen plenty of surprises in the last year. Kavita, you're asking, does anyone know the exam will be conducted? No, no, no. Kavita, we don't know when the examination will be conducted. It may be in the month of May, it may be in the month of June. As far as the formal notification is concerned, it's not out yet, which will tell you the exact date of the examination. Shubham is saying 25, 26, 27 June tentative dates. Yes, Shubham, it may be possible. All right. Ansari, you are asking about the book for CET. So Ansari, you can go to any of the bookshops and purchase any of the specialized book for MHCT examination, be it for any publications. It does not matter, as far as you are practicing, you are devoting time in solving questions from that book. I got 93 percentile last year because of the surprise. Yes, Shubham. So we are not expecting any kind of surprise this year. So hopefully the examination will be conducted in a normal manner, the way it was conducted year before last year. All right. Okay, friends. So friends, that was all about the topics, the areas that you need to cover, and the way the questions are asked. Now let's directly come to the main important part of this session. So just basically getting you familiarized with some of the questions that have appeared in the previous year papers. So all these questions are memory based, because we don't have any source from which we can get the exact questions, and MHCT examination does not releases the exact paper. All right. So all these questions are memory based. So let's talk about different type of questions that we may get. All right. But before we start, you can like this session if you're liking it. If you want me to come up with more such sessions, please do hit the like button right now. Comment anything that you want to ask in the comment section. Share and subscribe our channel so that you will not miss any of the sessions that we'll be conducting in future. Let's move ahead and look at these questions. So question number 1 in front of you now. One of the terms given is wrong. Find that term and mark that as your answer. So there is a series, there is a number series that is given to you. In these numbers, among these numbers, there is one number which does not fit into the series. So find out that number and tell me which option is the correct one. Come on, all of you. Yes, Shubham. So it was tentative, but we don't know the exact dates. So yes, probably you are right. Tentative dates are out. So it's June, not May. Rutik, in my upcoming sessions, I'll be definitely bringing all these things in front of you. Don't you worry. All right, Shaikh, Gaurav, Ashish. I've got 3 answers. Come on, people. Uh, get yourself involved in these questions. I always tell you that take my sessions as practice sessions, and in these sessions, by solving these questions that I bring for you, you can learn a lot of things. So please get yourself involved in solving these questions. All right, so 24, 25, 26 June. Shubham says 25, 26, 27 June. No problem. Let's not talk about the dates. what we can expect is the examination will fall somewhere in the end of June. This is what tentatively said on the website. All right. Now let's talk about this question. Now, uh, like in the meanwhile, I am discussing this question. All of you can tell me the logic that is being used. All right. Okay. Now, if I go from 444 to 220, then what has happened? Half of 444, so 444 divided by 2, that is 222, then minus 2, so half of this number minus 2, so divided by 2 minus 2, so 222 minus 2 is 220. Again, from 220 I'll divide it by 2 and subtract 2, so 220 divided by 2 is 110, 110 minus 2 is 108. Again, from 108 divided by 2, it will be 54, and then minus 2, it will give me 52. So up till this point, everything is going as per the defined logic. Okay, as per the same logic. Now 52 divided by 2 minus 2 will be 24. It is absolutely correct. Now 24 divided by 2 is 12. 12 minus 2 should be 10. So instead of this term, 10 should come, and then the series will become fine. All right. So we have got the wrong term. So wrong term is 12. Now everywhere else the same logic is being followed. So instead of 12, if I write 10, then the same logic will be followed up till the last term. All right. So most of you are absolutely correct. Yes, answer is option C, 12. Now let's move on to next question. One more question of this type. Now today I'll not be presenting a lot of questions for all of you. This is just the first session where I have given you an introduction about the quant section. But in the next coming days, in the next upcoming days, in the next few days, I'll be bringing plenty of questions for all of you. All right. So next question, again, one of the terms in the given series is wrong. Identify that and mark your answer. Now this will be slightly difficult, not very difficult. I'll give you a small hint. If you will look at the bigger terms, then you will be able to find the logic used in this particular question. Come on, try your level best. Any answers? No? I'm telling you to observe the bigger terms. Terms like this. You will be able to identify the logic if you will observe the bigger terms. So Ashish has given one answer. Yes, Ashish, I can see your answer. Nice. So let me start with the discussion part. Now, if I look at the last two terms, 23,040 and 46,080, the relation between them is 23,040 is multiplied by 2, resulting in 46,080. All right. Now, next, from 5,760, if I'll go to 23,040, then I will have to multiply it by 4. So yes, precisely 5,760 multiplied by 4 is 23,040. All right. Then going to the previous term, 960 multiplied by 6 will give you 5760. Then 120 into 8 will be 960. So from the end, it is multiplied by 2, multiplied by 4, multiplied by 6, multiplied by 8. So here it should be multiplied by 10. So I can say that 120 up till this point, the term is correct. Now, instead of this, if I look at divided by 2, divided by 4, divided by 6, divided by 8. So next logic should be divided by 10. So 120 divided by 10, this term should have been 12 instead of 15. So multiplied by 10 and then multiplied by 12. So this will complete the series. So instead of 15, the answer or the correct term should be 12. So we can say that yes, 15 is the wrong term. So Ashish, Shaikh, Shubham, yes, all three of you are correct. Anushka and Shruti, I hope you have got the logic. All right. And the other students who haven't answered this question yet, I hope you all have got your the correct logic for this question. And you will understand the way I have treated this question. So hota kya hai? If you will observe the bigger terms, it will be easier for us to understand the logic. छोटे नंबर्स को देखेंगे तो इतना ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट इतना ज्यादा इजी नहीं होता लॉजिक अंडरस्टैंड करना, बट इफ यू विल ऑब्जर्व द बिगर टर्म्स इट विल गेट easier for us to understand, to observe the logic. Let's move ahead and look at the next question from time and work, arithmetic, quant. A question is pretty easy. Do it in a normal way, the way you deal with the questions of time and work. So question says that 12 men can complete a piece of work in 36 days. 18 women can complete the same piece of work in 60 days. 8 men and 20 women, they work together for 20 days, after which only women were to complete the remaining piece of work in 4 days. So you'll have to find out how many women will be required. Now, a pretty easy question. If you will do this question in a proper way, in a particular way, the way we do questions of time and work, then you will be able to get your answer in less than a minute. Om, you are asking how to get the logic, cause in exams it seems to be more difficult. Now Om, it's all about practice. So examination se pehle agar tum bahut zyada practice kar loge, if you'll practice your level best, you will practice a lot of questions before the examination, then chances of catching the logic will keep on increasing at the time of examination. I'm not saying that you will be able to get the logic of each and every question easily, but practice will make you perfect, or will take you towards perfection. All right, any answer? So let me start solving this question in a normal manner, the way we solve questions of time and work. A question says that 12 men can complete a piece of work in 36 days. So we can say that one man can complete this piece of work in 12 into 36 days. All right. Just keep looking at the way I am solving this question. I have not multiplied 12 and 36. No, I haven't. I'm writing it like 12 into 36. तो मैंने multiply नहीं किया because multiply करने में time waste होगा and बाद में divide करने में time waste होगा. Similarly, one woman, अगर 18 women 60 days में finish कर देती हैं, so one woman can finish the entire piece of work in 18 into 60 days. All right. Now, I can say that I'll assume the total work. So let's say the total work. Assume total work such that it is divisible by both these numbers. Okay. So total work इस तरीके से assume करो such that it is divisible by both these numbers. 12 into 36 से भी divide हो जाए, 18 into 60 से भी divide हो जाए. So the better way of writing this is 12 into 18 into 2. And the second one as 18 into 12 into 5. So I'll assume the total work as 12 into 18 into 10. So 12 into 18 into 10 will be divisible by both the numbers. All right. I'm taking it very slowly so that you will understand the way in which we should treat the questions of time and work. All right. Now after that, we'll find out one man's 1 day work. So one man can finish the entire work in these many days. Total work is this much. So one man's 1 day work will be total work divided by the number of days in which the man can finish. Okay. So it will come out to be 5. Right? Okay. Ashish and Maheshwari, how many women would be required? You are giving me answer as 40 days, both of you. So please check the units that you are using. One woman, 1 day work will be equal to 2. Okay, so this is the most important part of any question of time and work. Finding the 1 day work of each of the persons that are involved in the work, right? Now further question says that 8 men and 20 women work for 20 days. So how many men? 8 men and 20 women. So 8 men one day में कितना काम करेंगे? One man one day 5 units of work. So 8 men in one day 8 into 5 units of work. Similarly 20 women 20 into 2 units of work. So this is one day work of 8 men and 20 women. And इन्होंने कितने दिन के लिए काम किया है? They have worked for 20 days. So multiply it by 20. So this much work is already finished. So 20 into 40 plus 40 is 80. That is 1600 units of work is already finished out of a total work of this much, which is 2160. So 2160 total work hai, out of which 1600 units of work has already been finished. So remaining work will be equal to 2160 minus 1600, that is 560 units of work is remaining. Okay, now that will be done in 4 days by, let's say, X women. Okay, so 560 units of work is done in 4 days by X number of women, and one woman ka one day work is 2. So 4 into 2 into X can be equated to 560. So X ka value kitna aa jayega? 560 divided by 8. 560 divided by 8 will come out to be 70. So 70 women will be required to finish this piece of work in 4 days. All right. Am I clear, Ashish, Maheshwari, and other students who haven't given the answer? Am I clear with this? So this is a general way in which we treat the questions of time and work. Though this question was a little lengthy, but if you'll practice around 10 to 15 questions of this area, then you will be able to solve all these questions in such an easier way, the way I have solved this. All right. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question with this. Now this question is pretty easy, a question of algebra, linear equations, the question based on ages. Now do this question very carefully. Look at all the people who are involved in this question. Aman, his son, and a daughter. So these are 3 people who are involved. Just keep making equations. Just keep reading these statements one by one and interpret the information that you will have in your hand and make proper equations. All right. Now let's solve this question. Aman, his son, and daughter. Now let's say Aman's present age is A, son's present age is S, and daughter's present age is D. Now question says that had Aman been 12 years younger, अगर Aman 12 साल छोटा होता, that means A minus 12, his present age would have been sum of son's and daughter's age. So S plus D, the first equation. A minus 12 equal to S plus D. Now had Aman been 2 years elder, अगर Aman 2 साल बड़ा होता, his present age would have been 26 years more than his son's present age, S plus 26. If Aman's present age is 4 times, Aman's present age is 4 times his daughter's present age, then what will be his son's age 2 years hence? So these are the three equations that we got. I'll substitute this value of A in both the equations up there. So it will give me 4D minus 12 equal to S plus D, and 4D plus 2 equals to S plus 26. Now subtract these two equations. Okay, first equation minus second equation. On the left hand side you will get minus 14 equals D minus 26. So the value of D will come out to be 26 minus 14, that is 12. Now D का वैल्यू पता लग गया तो यहां से S का वैल्यू पता लग जाएगा. So 48 3D minus 12, so the value of S comes out to be 24. Okay, so son's present age is 24. Now go back to the question and see what they are asking. They're asking what will be his son's age 2 years hence. So 2 साल बाद son की age क्या होगी if present age is 24? So 24 plus 2, that is 26. So 26 will be the correct answer. Am I clear? So yes, only Maheshwari has given a correct answer. So yes, correct answer is 26. All right, I'll take you to the next question. So solve this question based on probability. I'll be back in 10 seconds. All right, so please actively participate here. Come on, keep solving these questions. Om, I don't understand what you are saying. Can you please call part? Now, wonderful question of probability. Now, two cards are drawn at random from a deck of cards, one after the other. Important point is without replacement. So I've drawn one card and then I've drawn another card. All right. What is the probability that one is even numbered card? All right, the first card, okay, one of them, and the other is a face card of red color. Face red card. Now let's talk about each of them separately. So first one is even numbered card and the color should be black. So black even numbered card, and the second card is a face card of red color. Okay, now what are number cards? So number cards, they start from 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So starting from 2 up till 10, these are numbered cards. I want even numbered cards. So it will be 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Only 5 cards. Okay. Now I'm looking for all the black cards. So there are 2 suits of black. Okay, there are 2 suits of black. One is spades and the other one is club. So spade के 5 cards हो गए and clubs के 5 cards हो गए. Okay, so these are a total of 10 cards. So black even numbered cards are 10. Okay, next is face card of red color. Now what are face cards? Face cards are jack, queen and king. Om, I'll go back to the last question in a few seconds. Okay, so face cards are jack, queen and king, and red, they should be of red color. So again, red के अंदर 2 suits होते हैं, hearts and diamonds. So 3 cards multiplied by 2, that is 6 cards in total. So black even number cards are 10 in number and face card of red color are 6 in number, right? Now there can be two cases. If the first card is black even number card and the second card is face red card, or the vice versa. So if I draw the first card, it will be 10 upon 52 multiplied by 6 upon 51 is the probability, and I will multiply it by 2 because it can be the other way around as well. Now you can just solve these values. So 2 and 52, 26 आ जाएगा यहाँ पे. Then here also 5 and 13, and then I'll cancel out 3, so 17 and 2. So the answer will be 10 upon 17 into 13, that is 221. So 10 divided by 221 will be the final answer, and the answer is none of these options. Okay, so option E will be the correct answer. Now if I'll go back to the previous one, if you have understood these equations, so what I've done is मैंने third equation से I have taken the third equation A equals to 4D and I have substituted it in these two. So the resulting equations were these two equations. Then I have done a simple subtraction, getting the value of D as 12, and then I have substituted the value of D here. Okay, so in this equation, if you substitute the value of D, you will get the value of S. All right. Okay, now friends, let's move ahead and look at the next type of questions. Now, it is very important to understand the nature of these questions. Now, this is called data sufficiency. Now, in case of data sufficiency, you will be asked a question and then you will be given two statements or two set of information about that particular question. Now, you'll have to find out using which of these equations you will be able to get the answer. You will have 5 options. So option says that if only statement 1 alone is sufficient, I'll call it statement A and statement B. So if statement A alone is sufficient, B is not sufficient. If B alone is sufficient, A is not sufficient. If they are together sufficient to answer the question, if each statement A or B alone is sufficient, or both of them together are not sufficient. So we just have to find out which of these options are correct, or how will I be able to get the answer of the question that is asked using any of these or the combination of these statements. So have a look at it and tell me which of the options should be correct. Now I have already started getting the answer. Shaikh, Ashish and Gaurav, both all of you are saying option E is the correct answer. Prajwal, your answer is absolutely correct. Priyanshi, yes, I'll tell you how why 6 was divided by 51. So keep answering, and meanwhile, I'll quickly just cover up the query asked by Priyanshi. Now, Priyanshi, 10 upon 52, I hope you were clear with this. So 10 is the favorable number of outcomes and 52 was the total number of ways. Now, next is the second card. Favorable number of outcomes was 6. And the number of cards, because I have already drawn one card, so I'm left with 51 cards in the pack. That is why I have written it as 6 upon 51. All right. Okay. Now coming back to this question, the question is, what is the total number of students in the class 12? So we have to find out the total number of students. Now first statement alone, if I treat, it gives me the average marks of the students of class 12 as 24. Now they are telling us the average marks of the students, which has nothing to do with total number of students. So just based on average marks, I'll not be able to get the value of total number of students. So statement A alone is not sufficient to get the answer. Now I look at statement B alone. Forget everything about statement A and look at statement B alone. Now statement B tells me that the number of students who passed in 12 is or were 20. So jitne student pass hue hain, that is 20. Now the question is asking about the total number of students. They're not talking about the number of students who have passed. So statement B alone will also not be able to get me the correct answer. Right? Now in this scenario, when none of these statements is able to get the answer, I will combine these two statements. Now we can see that the combination of these two statements will again not help us in getting the answer. First statement is giving us the average, and the second is giving me the information about the number of students who have passed. Now these two informations are not at all related or required to find out the total number of students. So yes, the correct answer is given by almost all of you as option E if both of them together are not sufficient. Wonderful. Now, similarly, give me the answer for the next question. What is the volume of the cylindrical tank? Statement 1, the diameter of the base is equal to the height of the tank. Statement 2, the height of the tank is 20 meters. So among the options A, B, C, D, E, tell me which of the options is correct. How will I be able to get the answer of the asked question? All right, Smith, Ashish, Prajwal, nice, good. Gaurav, so all three of you, all four of you have given a same answer. Let's see if this is correct or not. Now the question is, what is the volume of the cylindrical tank? Now volume of the cylindrical tank, the shape of the figure is already given. It is cylinder. Okay. Now we know that the formula for volume of the cylinder is pi r square into h. Okay, so we require the radius and the height and will be able to find out the volume of the cylindrical tank. Statement number 1 alone, if I'll consider, it says that the diameter of the base is equal to the height. That is absolutely fine. They have given us the relation between the diameter and the height, but they haven't given any of the values as of now. So statement 1 alone will not be sufficient to answer this question. Now if I take statement 2 alone, only the height is given, nothing is given for or about the radius or the diameter. So only with the height of the tank I'll not be able to get anything about the volume of the tank. So second statement alone is also not sufficient. All right, now again I'll combine these two statements. Diameter is equal to height and height is given, so I can say that diameter is 20, so the radius will be 10. So now I know the radius as well as the height, and I'll be able to find out the volume of this cylinder. Now the beautiful part is you don't have to find the value of the volume of cylinder. You just have to tell them if you will be able to get the answer or not. So yes, if I have the value of radius and height, I will be able to find the volume of the cylinder. No need to do any calculations in this case. And you can mark if both statements A and B are needed, that is option C. So yes, my dear friends, correct answer is option C. And again, almost all of you have given a correct answer. Lovely. Now with this, let's move on to our next question. The next set of question, that is quantity comparison. So you are given two statements. First statement tells you about X and second statement tells you about Y. Now among the 5 given options, now you will have to select the most suitable option that basically does a proper comparison among X and Y. Now these are quadratic equations. You need to solve these quadratic equations, get the values of X and values of Y, and then do a proper comparison among these values. And you will have to mark the most suitable answer. You will have to write the answer as A, B, C, or D, or E. So A, B, C, D, E, these are the 5 options. You will have to tell me A, B, C, D, E. So Shaikh, please make a change in your answer. All right. Now those who have already solved it, Can you give me the values of x and the values of y? Come on, if you can. I'm waiting for this. Give me the values of x as well as the values of y. Let's see if you have done a correct calculation. Meanwhile, I'll start solving with the first statement, which is 2x square minus 11x plus 12 equal to 0. Now, I'll first of all do the factorization using splitting the middle term. Okay, so 2x square minus 8x minus 3x plus 12 equal to 0. Now 2x I'll take common, so that will give me x minus 4, and then minus 3 common, again x minus 4 equal to 0. So the factorized form is 2x minus 3 into x minus 4 equal to 0. So the values of x will be 3 upon 2 or 4. So these are the two values of x. Yes, Shaikh, you are right. So 3 upon 2 and 4, these are the two values of x. Gaurav, please careful. Now I'm solving for y. Now for y, let's start. 8y square minus 18y plus 9 equal to 0. I'm solving it step by step so that you will not have any kind of confusion. Now let's factorize this. So 8y square, so 72, 36, 12. So minus 12y minus 6y plus 9 equal to 0. So from here I'll take 4y common. So it will give me 2y minus 3. Again from here I'll take minus 3 common. So it will give me 2y minus 3 equal to 0. So the values of y will be 3 upon 4 or 3 upon 2. These are the two values of y. Alright. So 3 upon 2 and 3 upon 4. These are two values of y. Okay. Now tell me which of these options is the most suitable option which I can mark. Now can I say that this value of x is more than both the values of y, but this value of x is equal to one of these values but greater than the other value. So can I write that x is certainly greater than or equal to y? This will be the most suitable answer that I can mark in this question. Okay, so yes, I can establish a relation between x and y. So the values of x are either greater than or equal to the value of y. So the correct answer to mark here will be option C and not option E, the one which was answered by some of you earlier. So Shaikh, Gaurav, give me a thumbs up if you have understood how to mark the answer. So we can easily solve both these expressions, both these equations, but we should know how to basically mark the answer. All right. Okay. Now let's do one more question of this type and then we'll stop for the day. So again, a similar question, x square plus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. The first statement. Second statement is 2y square plus 7y plus 6 equal to 0. Take this question in exactly the similar way that we have done earlier. So factorizing the first statement, x square plus 3x plus x plus 3 equal to 0, split it the middle term. So after factorization, it will be x plus 3 into x plus 1 equal to 0. The values of x will be minus 1 or minus 3. Careful, be careful. Okay, so the values of x minus 1, minus 3. Okay, now talking about the values of y. So 2y square plus 3y plus 4y plus 6 equal to 0. So I'll take y common. So it will give me 2y plus 3 and plus 2 common, again 2y plus 3 equal to 0. So factorized form will be 2y plus 3 into y plus 2 equal to 0. So the values of y will be minus 3 by 2, I'll write 1.5, and minus 2. So these are two values of y. Okay. Now, please just give me a confirmation. Those students who have got the same values of x and y, quickly write a yes in your chat box. Okay. Now, meanwhile, if I'll start comparing, so x greater than y, option number 1. So I can say that no, x may not be greater than y. It may be less than y as well, because x is minus 3, y is minus 2. So first option cannot be the correct answer. Again, x less than y will not be suitable. X greater than equal to y, less than equal to y will not be suitable, right? Because if I'll plot these values on the number line, so minus 1, then minus 1.5, then minus 2, then minus 3. So I can say that minus 1 is the value of x, minus 1.5 is the value of y, minus 2 is the value of y, and minus 3 is the value of x. Okay, so I can say that x can be less than, greater than, both can be the possibilities. So we can say that the relationship cannot be established. Yes, the relationship cannot be established. So we'll mark option E as the correct answer. All right. Am I clear to each and every one of you? Give me a big yes if I am clear. All right. So friends, that is all from my side for the day. If you like this session, please do hit the like button quickly. If you haven't liked the session up till now, please do like it so that I can keep coming back again and again with such sessions. Now, in my upcoming sessions, I promise all of you that I'll be bringing questions and logics based on separate topics of quant. Yes, I'll be discussing these quant sections topic by topic. All right, so don't you worry. Right now, just like the session, comment anything that you want to ask in the comment section, share and subscribe our channel. All right. Okay. Now, friends, some important information for all of you. You have been appearing for all these examination, and I am hopeful that all of you must be getting calls from different colleges. So if you are looking for an ideal program for GDPI preparation, then yes, we have started a program for all of you. The details of this program are there on the screen, and you can call at the number that is given at the bottom of your screen in case you want to fetch some more information related to that. Any of you who is preparing for CAT 2022 and looking for some good program to join, so we have started a complete course, batch number 5, where we'll be taking live sessions for each and every topic. There will be a lot of practice questions that will be given to you, and the other entire details are there on your screen. Below is the number on which you can call to get some more information related to that. Yes, these sessions will be there on YouTube. So please, if you haven't, do subscribe this channel so that you will get all the notifications related to the upcoming sessions. Yes, Om, I will definitely go topic wise. Okay. So friends, you can follow us on Insta, subscribe and press the bell icon on YouTube, like our page on Facebook, join our Telegram channel where you can interact with any of the mentors live. Yes, so there is live interaction with the mentors on our Telegram channel. So you can join our Telegram channel and just meet our mentors in live format. So friends, thank you from my side. I hope you like this session, and like I promised, like you have requested, I'll definitely come up with some more sessions, and I'll be coming up with the sessions in which I'll be picking up one topic and will be explaining all the concepts and will be solving different type of questions related to that. So keep waiting for that session. Keep stay tuned to our YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. Have a nice day. We'll see you again. Bye bye.